Hello, beautiful souls. Alex and Silvia here. Welcome home and Happy New Year. This new year is the year of the horse, and it's all about movement, forward, and progress, and it has a lot to do with desire. So, in today's conversation with Alex, we're going to talk about what desire is and is not.
Yeah, because your desires already know how to fulfill themselves. So your job is not to help them. Your job is to get out of your own way.
I don't know if it's my personality. I don't know if it's because I'm a Scorpio. I don't know why this is, but I know for sure that all my life I have operated from a place of desire. I want this, I'm going to get it. There's no plan B. There's no option I don't get it. So the desire came and I went for it. The desire came and I went for it. The desire came and I went for it. I always operated like that. And the few times I didn't, because I was trying to rationalize it. I was trying to logically arrive to a conclusion whether this is feasible, whether I'm like over my head, something. And those few times, I did not get what I wanted. I did not go for it. I talked myself down. I regret it. I had regret. I had frustration. I did not experience satisfaction. I did not experience fulfillment. It was the opposite. Why? Because I self-sabotage myself. Why? Because one of the ways we can self-sabotage ourselves is precisely by having a desire and then looking at it from our current perspective. Oh, well, with the current circumstances that I have, I cannot achieve that. And therefore, what I want is impossible to have, and therefore I should just give up on that and just come up with a version that is smaller, that is more feasible. I want a yacht, but I'll start with a fisherman's boat. And maybe one day I'll work myself up to a yacht. It's just ridiculous. We can't do that. No. Time and time again, I know that I get what I want because I'm like fixated on it. My eyes are on the prize. My soul needs it. Maybe I don't know why I need it, but it arrived to me as a need, as a desire. So I have to get it.
What a perfect yin and yang, because I don't know if it's because I'm a Virgo, but, my entire life, I too have desired many things. And the first thing I do is I control exactly how I'm going to get it in every possible step. And I therefore never get it. Except for when I let go the few times, which is the opposite of what's happening to you. But I think that's a good balance. And then only when I let go, only when I stop controlling, only when I stop trying to please other people or because I'm naturally, I always want to make people happy. Making people happy makes me happy.
Yes.
But sometimes you do that and you sacrifice your own desires in a way. And same thing, you plan out the steps along the way. That's one. And so you're taking away from this God-sent word.
Yes,
the word of God.
You're taking away.
Right? The word of God.
God is you. Can we just clarify?
God is you. You are God. We are God.
And so it's your infinite higher version of yourself that sends you the clue. And all you gotta do is follow the clue. Yes. But you or me or anybody else out there, human nature goes for, okay, so this is what I need to do. Great. How am I gonna do it? Let me start planning. And all of a sudden you get so absorbed with the method, with the means, that you forget the goal.
Yeah.
It's very French, by the way.
I really like how you talk about why the how is not only none of your business, but why the how in the mechanism is specifically hidden from you. And so the word, and then the word made flesh, right? So you have the desire and you have the manifestation of desire, but the means along the way are intentionally hidden from you.
But you unwrap it, because your current version of yourself doesn't get it. It's gibberish. this is like, how possibly with my current circumstances I can achieve this? It's impossible. No way. Forget about it.
Yeah.
You know, because you're operating from your current version of yourself.
You won't even understand, even if the how
It's
was
not,
told to you, you wouldn't
you
get
won't
it.
understand it, and you'll disclaim it. You'll completely throw it in the garbage. You'll shoot yourself in the foot, and it's over. And it's over. You're never going to look back. That's the worst part. That's why this part is hidden.
Do you even want to know? I don't think so, because it's so
No, you
magical
don't want to
when
know,
it,
but
when
I'll
it
tell you,
happens. What's the point?
Exactly. But the point is that it's the desire to be successful, and the moment that kicks in, you're already operating from fear, not from certainty that this is yours. I got this. You know, you're operating from fear. You so much want this to happen that you start controlling the timing, the this, the that. Oh my God. And if you start asking when and how, and if I miss the window, it's over, then forget about it. Then completely, you have completely sabotaged yourself.
Because you're not living from the state of
No.
from the desire. You're living from the
no,
state of lack.
no.
You can never understand the means by which you get to that particular state, because you're coming from this state.
Your state, from the old state, from the state that needs to change, right?
Yeah.
But so what is required for your state to change is required that you ask yourself, how would I feel, think, and act if I were the version of myself who already had that which I wish to have? Say the yacht or the Ferrari or the boyfriend or the Chanel bag, or let's say it's not material, love,
Yes.
health, abundance, and then start operating from that point of view. You already have it. Consider it. You already have it. Claim it. Because, you know, the truth about desire is this. I'll tell you. It's very, very simple. It's not about something that will come to you in the future, in the near future or distant future, like a future tense, future. It's not about that. Nothing to. It's about remembering. It's about remembering that there is a version of you that already exists who has that. And that's why you're missing it. You're like, I used to have something. I used to have I miss it. I want to have it back. I want it now. I need it. And so remember it, reclaim it, you know, claim it, yours. It's yours already. And then just trust. So the letting go is about the trust that since it's already yours, it's just a matter of time. And you don't control the time, because that version of yourself who is possessing that thing, that feeling that you're after, requires a particular energy in order to be able to have that. You understand? And the current version cannot carry that crown. It's too heavy. Your head's gonna drop.
Can you share this really unique and inspiring experience of your birthday and about how this relates to desire? Because I think it's a really good example of what it means to desire a particular thing, but not try to plan out exactly what's, because you have no idea.
No, yeah, I was out. I
want to have a good time.
I was in your hands. And you actually did a fantastic job right there and then, because as a Virgo who likes to control things, after I said, all I want is to have a great time and feel free, you know, under the stars, something like that, and bare feet in the sand. Maybe I mentioned a few things, but or maybe not. But at the end of the day, that's what I said. And knowing you, how you would love to deliver everything I need, everything I requested, everything I had wished for to make me happy, you didn't really move a finger in terms of like, well, what venue? Who's the DJ? I gotta buy this. I gotta pay for that. No, it was a completely different approach. It was focusing on the feeling that we want. Obviously, logistics, where we're gonna sleep and buy the airfare ticket, and the rest. Oh, but the venue, but the DJ, but the dinner, like it was. What are the options? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go with 5. something like, you know what I mean? It's not there like sitting and grinding and digging and trying to pinpoint it to perfection, because if it's not this, we're not gonna have a good time.
Yes.
See, that's the idea. That's so, and this is where the problem stems. That human nature, where is so fixated on the image how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And so the moment you have an image of how things are supposed to be, you limit yourself to such a degree that basically you doom yourself to have the minimal or perhaps even most awful experience possible. The truth is that our imagination, the wildest, in our wildest dreams, we cannot imagine as well as the consciousness can. So when it comes to how something is going to come to fruition, you can sit there and you can imagine, and still it's going to be so poor compared to consciousness, compared to the divine. Because, I mean, right, we are created in God's image because we can imagine and therefore create, but we can never create like God. Come on, like, right? God lives within. I and my Father are one, but my Father is greater than me. There is still this distinction. And
Between the
so
creator and the
between the
created.
creator and the creation, and therefore you should not bother with the how. You should just have the desire and trust that's going to happen. And you know what? It's just, and also once you are able to apply this for yourself, life is just so much easier, because then you're going to be doing on, when it comes to planning, you're just going to be doing only the organic, natural moves that you need to do just to facilitate, and they're going to be so natural, so logical, so almost boring, like buy tickets. If I want birthday in Tulum, we need to buy tickets to get to Tulum, because somehow we need to get there, right?
Yes.
So it's almost like you're doing the bare minimum, but then the rest is pure magic.
Yes.
At my birthday, I was in a venue where I had bare feet and the ocean and the stars, and the DJ was not announced until the last minute, and it turned out to be my favorite DJ. I could have, I in my wildest dreams, I couldn't have wished for that, and yet I'm looking at him and I'm like, you see, do you see the DJ? Do you see who's there? I could not believe my eyes. And the whole time I was like, thank you, Father. Thank you, God. Thank you. I was just, heart and soul were full.
Yes. When the only desire was to have an amazing time. Have
That's
a
all
great
I
time.
wanted. Remember, this is all I said. I don't care where I'm going to sleep. I don't care about 5-star hotel or a tent. Like, I couldn't care less, because you just sleep there and make love. But do you understand? It's not, I don't care about these type of, no, I care about not the physical appearance, but it's the feeling, the vibration, that lives in my body, that I feel, the truth that I feel in my body, because of the experience, because of the environment. So it's a felt truth. Yes, the experience is subjective. Truth that remained in my body after the story faded. This is where I'm at.
It's such a beautiful lesson for everybody who is like me, and really, really,
Virgo?
just no. I'm sure there are more than just there are multiple signs, I bet you, but many people who they have to know that they're going to get certain things because they think that's going to bring them the state that they want, and they chase those things and they take their eyes off of the prize, and they focus on this is
on the
why
method.
and this is why you think, if I just get this, and then you get that because that's what you chase, but it's unfulfilling, it's hollow, It doesn't give you any of the things that you want.
But
And then your
or maybe
entire
don't
life
even
you
get
end up
it.
chasing.
Or maybe you don't even
But
get
even
it.
when you do, it's hollow. So it doesn't really matter.
Yes, willpower can be. By the way, that's a good point that you're just making, because I too I have a very strong willpower, and I have found out that when I don't trust timing, because timing, right? When am I gonna get my desire fulfilled? Like, I don't want to miss the window. It's over. That's like the other way, right? Part of like the self-sabotaging. What happens is that I push, and then I get it. You know what? I'm not ready for it. And the experience is not even good. It's not pleasurable. I'm disappointed. And who's to blame? Me. How about today when I was preparing for the episode and there were a few things I wanted to write down, and I thought, Alex is going to put the kids to bed. I got this. I'm going to prepare myself. Then I'm going to do my makeup, and then I'm going to prepare. Like, I had a plan. And my plan, the moment my daughter said, "Mommy, I want you to put me to bed," it went out of the window. And what happened? I got frustrated. Why? Because my plan didn't go by the plan. And therefore, do you see how these plans, when they are not the natural ones, but are the controlled plans, lead you to frustration? And frustration leads you to destructive desires. You're not anymore in the flow. You're now blaming, upset, you're not happy, you're not present, you're like, like, I wanted to do A, B, C, and D. Now I'm gonna be late. Now I'm gonna, because of control.
Do you know who for some reason carries like some of my favorite quotes? Mike Tyson.
No.
For some reason, every couple of episodes, I find myself quoting Mike Tyson randomly.
Okay.
Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. So you have to make peace with the fact that at any moment in your life, you're going to get punched in the face.
But that's why you should always have goals and not plans.
Not the step-by-step plans. Otherwise, if one thing doesn't happen,
we
you're
all
tripped
know
up
plans
and it's over.
Never go by the plan. And if you have a plan and it doesn't go by the plan, then you get frustrated and it's over. You ruin the experience. And it's not about the journey. The destination is about the journey, the experience. So don't have plans. Know that you want to get to Rome. How are you going to get there? It will come to you. Tonight you're going to go out to have a coffee with a friend to share with him that you want to go to Rome. And then you're going to meet a friend who has a spare ticket because they need a, I don't know, one night couch. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, there are all sorts of possibilities. But your job is to trust that because you want to go to Rome, you will go there. And there is no. There is no. You got this. You got, trust it. Trust your desire. It's so important not to give up on our desires, not to ignore them. They're not going to go away, by the way, because they're sent from your higher state of being to your current state of being, okay? So that you can make the move, so that you can get out of here. But if you don't open that door, if you don't fulfill that desire, you're not going to make it. So the desire is not going to go away, is what I'm trying to say. It's just not going to go away.
I don't do this other way, but you mentioned the other way. I do the one where you over control, and therefore you shoot yourself in the foot because you collapse. You're not focusing on that. You're coming from a state of lack, and so you can never achieve your desire because you're trying to control. The other way, which you mentioned, with the yacht, where you said, which is compromise. Right, where you already tell yourself it's not possible.
Yeah.
Or let's say you want to let's say you want to find love, or let's say whatever it is. It could be 10 years down the road. It could be however much time, undisclosed time, space, location. But because it seems so unfathomable to you currently from your current state, because you're seeing it only from your current state, you refuse to look at it from that state where you have already achieved what you want.
So you're
which is the way, through using your imagination, you put yourself in that state and you're there and you feel it, and then you have to believe it, but you compromise. I'll take the fisherman boat for now.
Yeah.
Or I'm never going. You know what? I never needed that in the first place.
Yeah.
And then what happens is that you live in this state of unfulfilled desire, in this state of consciousness, in this state of being. You are unable to move forward in your life, and
You
live
can't.
and you live with this sense of like I said, hollowness, because you haven't filled that cup. And the thing is that unless it seems to me that moving from state of consciousness by following your desire into another state of consciousness, entering that state of consciousness, then you get a new desire and you follow that. That is everybody's path of life.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do not follow your desire, and your desire is deeply personal, nobody's going to be able to objectively tell you what you should or should not do, because your desire is immediately a response and a reaction almost created automatically
Mm-hmm.
by your current state of being, which is
Yeah.
different than everybody else's. Mine, yours, somebody living halfway across the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's created, deeply personal for you. If you don't follow that for whatever reason,
Mm-hmm.
you will never move forward.
You're not.
This
And then
isn't my experience. And you will be frozen in time until you finally lean into that in the form of not effort, like you're told, not hard work, not trying harder, not competition, being better than this, but letting go. No pressure, no force, no trying to control the circumstances,
Yeah.
and no selling yourself short.
No.
Your desire is there, and no matter how grand it may seem, imagine yourself into it, and just trust that because it's all right if the different states of conditioned consciousness are one consciousness, and if we're all one, then all the other pieces are arranging themselves in a way that you don't even understand.
Don't even know. No.
The people
Because you don't have
that
the
are
big
required.
Picture. Oh my God, there are so many pieces in people and situations that need to happen in order to facilitate the fulfillment of your desire.
Yeah.
You can never do this by yourself.
No.
It's out of your control, and but isn't that relieving that you shouldn't worry about that?
Yes.
Just sit back and relax and trust that in due time you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. Isn't that peace of mind in a way?
I think it's the most beautiful peace of mind that the solution lives within the problem.
Thank you for saying that. That's
Yes.
exactly my point.
Yes.
Well, yes, absolutely.
Which means that 99% of the work is already done. You don't have to
that's
do
also
anything.
how you get out of patterns.
Yeah.
You get out of patterns precisely because you open the door to your desire, and then you trust it's going to happen, and it does happen, and you move on. But if you don't move on, you're stuck in the same pattern. You're going to
Yes.
have a different experience, which is going to end in the same way. And who's to blame? The person who ignored their need, right? It's always about a need. You cannot suppress your needs. You have to put yourself first. You have to put yourself on a pedestal and listen to your soul and listen to that inner voice. Because we all have all the answers. They're within, and believing in yourself and trusting that in due time you succeed, because there is no option you don't succeed. Let's make sure that this lands.
This now reminds me of a long time ago. We did an episode where we were talking about fear of the unknown and how that's something that everybody experiences. Like there's you don't know, but that's the exact thing that you need to step into. I think that what that unknown is are the means and the how. And I think that the reason that you don't know the how, you don't know how you're going to achieve the destination, there's a fear there that you freeze up, and you know what? I'd rather not even go down this route.
But there's the thing. It really depends how you look at it, right? Because
Yeah.
if it's something, if you decide to get excited, okay, so I have to cross the river, but I don't see a bridge, and turns out that the stones appear only when I first make my first step, and then the stone appears.
Yeah.
There is no stone for after that, but I gotta make that step, and the stone will appear. So
A leap of faith.
A leap of faith is required because you know you need to get there on the other side, and you know you are getting there, dead or alive. You are getting there. You're not sitting on these banks. Okay, get excited. You know, it's game. It's like we gotta play. We forget to play. Everything's so serious, and it's if I fail, that's it. I die. You don't die. You don't die. You fail. Okay, maybe you try another way. Maybe you try a different thing altogether. Like depending on the circumstances.
Because
It
you
does
never
not
really
matter.
fail, you just learn.
But you don't really fail. I mean, you may fail if you try to control too much.
Well, you'll learn something too.
But still, exactly. So it is an experience that needs to be lived, and you're either going to learn something out of it, or you're going to succeed and move forward, and then whatever you learn is going to serve you forward. I see, and so in the big picture, there is never a failure. There is only part of the process that is going to serve me later, and it's just always a win-win situation as long as you're moving forward. So the goal is to keep moving. How else are you going to evolve if you don't move forward?
No, you must grow.
You can't stay in one place forever. You must grow, and so you grow by acknowledging your desires and trusting that they're there because to guide you which step to take. And you need to be completely trusting that they're going to happen and they're the right answer for you. That's oftentimes it's hard for us to have the right answer for ourselves. It's very hard to be objective. Not everybody meditates. Not everybody goes in to get the answers because the answers are within. So what is the right move? What is the right step? And when it comes to you in the form of this impulse, like urge or desire, you somewhere in the body, like you're like, I'm excited about it. I need this. I don't know I'm gonna get it, but I know I'm gonna get it. But I'm excited because now I know what I want. And it's a matter of time. So it's a matter of perspective, literally a matter of perspective. You can see one thing one way and just be like, no way, forget about it. That's not me. Or you can indulge, get excited, and play. And, where's the curiosity? What happened to. I know. That's my question. That's right. Yes. The natural curiosity is a little bit incubated after school, but it's there. It can be reignited as well.
But this all ties into believing in yourself, and then later on it funnels down to you're the one that's creating your reality. And this desire that we're talking about, this whole thing appears to be like the mechanism, right? So you only need to look to yourself for the solution to all the problems that you're experiencing. And the solution is in the problem that you're experiencing. It's just a two-step process.
Yeah.
You become more aware of a greater state of being, right? Because you want freedom from your current limitation. You want which is you're following your desire. Your desire is that nugget. Your desire is that seed that has already been planted.
Yeah. And
you're not going to go back and dig it up every single time as it's growing.
And the seed has everything it needs.
And the seed has everything
to
it
grow
needs.
into a beautiful tree, for instance.
And so now fulfill your goal. Fulfill your desire. Become aware of it and go and fulfill it. And then become aware of the next one and go and fulfill it. And all your problems will continue to be solved. You're always going to have another problem, but you're always going to have another solution which has been planted at the exact moment that the problem has arisen in the fourth dimension.
Trust that your desire is your savior, is your solution to the current limitation that you're experiencing based on your current concept of yourself. And if you follow the clue and trust that this will evolve and get fulfilled in time, in due time, then you will solve this situation and get to your higher state of being,
And
which is where you sent yourself the desire from.
so interesting how little you actually have to do to navigate your life. You're already you already have a conception of yourself. You already encounter a problem. The way that the system is set up, the mechanism, already send yourself the answer to all the things that you need. All you need to do
Yes,
is listen.
yes. All the answers
And
are within.
do nothing to get in the way of that. Don't try to
That's the
change it.
trick. That's the trick. Once you have the desire, then you should take that with gratitude that you have the solution to your problem, and then know that it's gonna fix it. That's gonna in due time. When it gets fulfilled, it will fix your issue, because the basic desire is always connected with a feeling. It's not the thing. It's not the thing that you're saying you need. It's not the car. It's not the boyfriend, girlfriend, I don't know, vacation. What do you?
Those are memes.
Chanel bag.
Those are memes.
I don't know. Yacht, Ferrari. These are means. It's the me. But what would that item bring you as a feeling once you possess it?
Yes.
So tonight, don't ask how, don't negotiate. Just define the desire and let it be.
Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.